All right, we're here for day 3 with international correspondent Ben Burrows. I'm Burrows Crossley representing the Sun-Gazette. And I think before we get into any questions, I'm going to double down and go find more on the Steel John Girardis for the real. Would you like to do that?
I'd like to do that as well.
All right, sounds good. Then we're in. First thing we're going to talk to Ben about is the Uganda team, and just talk to me a little about Dan Alano and his home run yesterday.
I think the biggest questions coming into the World Series for Uganda was, were they going to be able to pitch and were they going to be able to hit? Early on, they proved they had the athleticism to play good defense, but yesterday they proved they were going to do pitching by committee. Still don't know how well that's going to work out, but the home run I think was the real highlight of the game. They only had one run. We're trying to scrape together a few hits up until that point, and he hit easily the farthest home run so far at this Little League World Series, right over the TV stand in center field. It was really great to see.
Yep, I think the Alio home run will be one of those highlights. Talk to me a little bit about just the hometown support that this team's getting, because this is a team that doesn't have parents here, and they're kind of here by themselves and a long way from home with that.
I think, first off, a lot of people are really jumping on the bandwagon because of the fact that parents aren't here. And I think they also have a little bit of an advantage because last year what we saw with the Keystone team is a lot of people that wanted to come here but don't really have a direct affiliation with any one of the teams got on the hometown team with Keystone, and that's why they had such a big following. And I think that's how it's going to be here with Uganda. People don't have an affiliation and they want to jump onto the team that's representing Africa this year.
Now, another interesting thing about Uganda is they do come from a poorer country. They have done infield and stuff in their bare feet, and I thought it was interesting. Their first series of infield on one of the better Little League fields in the country, they're doing it in bare feet. Just talk to me a little bit about that.
I thought it was interesting too when I first got to see them take infield. The shortstop wasn't wearing cleats at all. He was in socks running through the infield. He says he's more comfortable that way. The third baseman, on the other hand, had one soccer cleat, it looked like, on his right foot, and then nothing on his left foot. And they said they'd rather not go with cleats because it just feels uncomfortable and they're so used to it at this point. And I think it's really interesting, and so that's going to be a big factor for them, is adjusting to actually wearing cleats and how comfortable they're going to be.
It's got to be a heck of a jump up going from all dirt infields to Little League World Series. Next up, let's talk a little bit about the Canada-Mexico game. And I think one thing that impressed me is Canada jumps out to the big lead, Mexico comes back, and I think Canada might have buckled there, but it was nice to see them still pull through and get the upset.
Right, I thought coming in, if there was going to be any upsets on the international side, that Canada over Mexico had the best shot. I thought this year's Canadian team was better than last year's, and I thought this year's Mexico region team was a little bit weaker, and Canada can hit, they can play defense, and they can pitch. I'm not really surprised that they beat Mexico, and I think it really says a lot about them to get out to the big lead, then buckle and give it back, and then to still be able to recover a second time and get that win.
Also made a long day for them.
Right, it was a long day.
Just sticking with Canada, how far can this team go? They get the big upset round 1. Can this momentum continue, and how far can it take them?
I think this momentum could take them pretty far, actually. They got a favorable matchup with Panama tomorrow, when on the other side you have Taiwan against Japan, and I feel those are the two strongest teams in the field playing each other already in the second round. So I think Canada got a very favorable draw. I think they can definitely beat Panama. Panama doesn't score a lot, and Canada does. I would not be surprised if Canada wins the second game.
Well, there it is. This is Brett Crossley, Ben Burrows for day 3. Keep an eye on Canada. Make sure to go out and support Uganda and buy a Sun-Gazette.